I wanted to show you how to bind off in pattern. And in this case, I am doing the edging of a sweater. I am binding off in an area where the pattern calls for 1 by 1 ribbing. And that's happening right along the edge of my sleeve. This is how you do it. You're going to read your work as you go, and you're going to look to see what kind of stitches you have. See how that's a knit stitch? I'm going to knit that stitch. And because my bind off is already in progress, I'm going to go ahead and lift the previous one over that knit stitch, and it goes off the edge. That's a bind off. The next one is a purl. See the purl bump there? So I bring the yarn to the front and I knit that, I purl that stitch, and I bring the yarn to the back before I bind it off. The next stitch is a knit stitch, so I'm going to knit it, and then I'm pulling the previous one over the one I just did. The next one is a purl once again, so I'm bringing the yarn in between those needles towards me to the front, purling that stitch, bringing the yarn to the back before I pull the first one over the second like this. The next stitch is a knit stitch, so I'm knitting that stitch, pulling the previous one over the knit stitch, and just once again just doing this with a very loose hand, loose tension. There's a purl, bring the yarn to the back before I lift that stitch over and bind it off. And just keep going. And that's how you bind off in pattern as far as a 1 by 1 rib. If you're doing a rib that's a different pattern, let's say it's a 2 by 2 or a 3 by 1, what you're going to do is just read your knitting as you go, making sure that if you see a little V, you're going to knit that one, and if you see purls, you're going to purl those, and just binding off as you go through, just making sure that you're knitting the knits and purling the purls.